Anyhow, greetings to the first video of my business talk with Lwara channel. Yeah, so I probably should have worn like a suit for this channel. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, basically this is just an intro to my business channel. So well, like the main purpose of this channel, is just to speak to the people that are, within the business sphere, obviously. But I'm trying to focus more on the people that are starting out their businesses, so like your startups, and sort of see like how they have, how did they like find the courage to start their own business. That's the first thing, and then like what made them want to start their own business, and so stuff like that, and also like what sort of advice would they give to people that are thinking about starting their own businesses in the near future, and what's been their experience so far, especially with the whole corona virus at the moment. So I think many businesses have been impacted negatively. It's no one was prepared for this thing. No one could have done anything else. There's very few people that actually withstood the whole pandemic. So yeah, I'm really excited in sort of getting the right people, hoping to share the stories around business, what it's like to run a business, what it's like to start a business, and like what made them choose starting their own business over your normal 9 to 5 business. So look, I know I've seen people who I've started on campus with, like after campus, while most of us were busy looking for graduate programs, they were getting companies off the ground, like off the rip, and like as the years go by, the people are doing well for themselves, even just within this pandemic, they're still doing well for themselves. So I really, like to sort of have them over on the channel to speak about how they are coping in their businesses, and what changes have they made, in their business, and what lessons have they learned because of this whole, pandemic. Like I've seen something I thought I'll never seen in this pandemic. So I always thought, but I still believe that property, renting is one of the best investments one could make. Because I was thinking in the lines that the house is appreciating, and you're getting rental income. So obviously that's properties and equities. That's another discussion for another day. But now I'm seeing like renting just going down, like yeah, especially like around Mowbray, like the rent is just going down. Like landlords are panicking. Now they want that constant cash flow. But now that the way things are, people have really discovered that they don't need to be here anymore. They can just go to a very affordable place and rent that one, and then work remotely. Because that's been the selling point of all these landlords around close to CBD or close to campuses, is that they are close to these places. But now, if you don't need to be there, if you're attending online classes, if you are working from home, then all of a sudden, why must I stay close to the office when I'm working from home? So yeah, like I've seen price drops in rent. Then those are trying to secure the bag in one way or another. But that's the nature of business. Sometimes things go well, and sometimes things don't. Like I've seen, if you've been watching the shares of the certain companies, it's just been a bloodbath, just share price just dropping. There's those companies there and there that are really holding on, but for the most part, especially people that are in the hospitality industry, borders closed. They'll be opening sooner or later anyway. But after those announcements, it's like shares just started dropping. Now we've seen more demand for tech companies. You see all these tech companies, their shares were just going up. Zoom shares were just off the roof. Because now people start using Zoom. I didn't know about Zoom until the corona happened. that's the first time I heard about Zoom, and it's been there for ages, and I'm only hearing about it now. So yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping to have these people over on the channel, and also for the viewers, man, I also would hope that you can learn something from the videos, and maybe in the future start your own company, I don't know, or help somebody else start their own company, or it can be like a motivation, you know, that now the main thing is ownership. You know, if you don't own anything, I promise you, by the time you retire from work, you're gonna start regretting all those years you've worked, and if you got nothing to show it, especially if you're just living from salary to salary, because now years are just going by and you don't really have anything passed on. And it's not like when you retire they're gonna give a job to your children. Like, no, the same time you retire, but the next day you get replaced by somebody else, or even before that. You know, they're not gonna inherit, your children are not gonna inherit your positions. So that's why it's very important to maybe just within the family, man, just to have somebody that's actually doing a family business that somebody can use it as a fallback on. So maybe if somebody is also unemployed in the business, or in your family, if somebody maybe lose their job, then that means instead of them losing income, then that would mean that they've got more time to work in the family business. So for example, if you had a bakery business within your family, sorry, and you guys were exchanging shifts with building the family business also while doing a 9 to 5, you know, you've got your younger siblings working in the day-to-day, maybe after school, maybe your parents, whatever, then that would mean that if somebody just loses employment in your family, then that means that person will be more available to run the family business and hopefully to get it off the ground, whereby none of you would need to be working for any other company but your family business. Does make sense? So things like that have been on my mind lately, and now you start reflecting on the future. If you're working for 5 years and you still got nothing to show for it, if you're working for 10 years, you still got nothing to show for it, you're just paying bills and existing. Like, when you retire, like, what's your plan B? Like, I'm not talking about plan B, but no, what's your plan B or C or D? Like what now? What else? Because then when you're old, people are gonna start investing in more younger people, and you've got all these skills. And especially if you've just been in one industry and that's all you know, and then when you get older, it's time for you to retire. What do you want to do next? You know, when you try to learn all these new skills, and it's difficult because now you've got all this, fatigue, and you've got more responsibilities also maybe by that time. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry for the long video. Like I said, like, it's just an intro, getting to know the channel and what it's there for, and the journey starts. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Yeah, I think that's the saying. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, and hopefully share the video and subscribe to the channel, man. And we've got some content coming in. I just need to make time for these things. So I've already got some people that are willing, to engage in these type of discussions. I need to speak to them first and just confirm. It's going to be easier now that we'll be going to level 1 soon in South Africa. So hopefully have them over and then start a discussion. And I'm excited about this channel, mostly because I feel like many people will relate to this thing. I mean, starting your own business is not something you wake up and do. It's something it's a sacrifice, and a lot of stress comes in with starting your own business. And that's why most people get to live comfortably in the years to come, because they made that sacrifice of starting their own business. They didn't just stick to like a 9 to 5 or of getting a salary. Amen. And thanks for watching.